Now, I want to take you very quickly to some of the one thing that God is doing in a powerful way. I do a little bit of travel in the islands, and some time ago, I find myself in a little corner of Vanuatu, a little island called Embrum, and there everybody in youth ministry wears uniform. So here's the bunch of leaders waiting for me, and it's always very military. Everybody's in uniform, and they bang the drums as we march. I was there for a youth evangelistic series as the young people march all the way from the airport to the little airport for about 2 or 3 kilometers to the village where the campaign was going to take place. Now, they had mercy on me. I walked for about 200 meters, and then they picked me up in a four-wheel drive. So I had the rest of the journey in comfort. People from the village just came around, and it was kind of something to watch and something to see. And eventually we arrived on this place where we had the youth congress and the evangelistic series in the evening. And as we arrived on the village there's some customs that have to be taken care of. And the village chief met me with his committee. And I had to be there and hear the speeches that I could not quite understand, and they offered me some coconut juice to soothe my thirst. And then they brought out this chook. So I turned around to my interpreter and I said, "What is this about?" And they said, "Well, Pastor, this is a gift for you." I said, "All right." I said, "Well, what am I supposed to do with it?" And they said, "Well, you're supposed to take it back to Australia." I said to my interpreter, "We might have a few problems with that, with customs in Australia." And he said, "Well, if you can't take it back, you'll have to eat it when you're here." Well, I won't tell you the rest of the story. So there were other offerings and yam, and then came the time for the marching, the Pathfinders March, the Dorcas Ladies March, and then we had the evening meetings in the evening. But something I want to tell you is this. While we were having the evangelistic meeting in the evening, there were a number of older people who were sitting there. Now, they don't understand English. They speak the dialect called Bishlama. But I saw them coming every night, and I'm saying to my interpreter and to other people, "This is nice. These older people are here to support their young people." But on the last night, when we made the appeal to turn their lives over to God, there were a number of these older folks who came forward. So I turned around to my interpreter and I said, "Man, how far can their support go? I mean, this is not for them. They don't understand." And he told me then, he said, "Pastor, I should have told you from the first evening, when you began to preach, the older people asked us where you had learned Bishlama from. While we were preaching the word, the Spirit was doing his interpretation, and the people were hearing the word in their own languages."